Hi guys, so Priti Patel and her friends in Parliament asked for the Mayor of London Sadiq Khan to get a grip, whatever that meant. Let's hear what they had to say.
My constituents who have been doing the right thing and making huge sacrifices to restrict the spread of the virus have been watching the events in London over the past 2 weekends with a mixture of disbelief and anger, and I join them in demanding that the Mayor of London gets a grip. And if he won't, will my right honourable friend step in and get a grip?
Mr Deputy Speaker, my honourable friend is absolutely right. The British public have made enormous sacrifices throughout the COVID crisis. And it is right, as I've said already, that the sacrifices that they have made and the hard-won gains we've made as a country in tackling coronavirus are not lost through these gatherings. It is right, and I too would urge the Mayor of London, as I have been, as have the police, the Met Commissioner as well, to stand firm and discourage these gatherings. And quite frankly, if the Mayor of London isn't prepared to do that, then we will absolutely do that and fill that void.
Okay, so this is extremely dishonest from Priti Patel, but Priti Patel is always dishonest anyway. So if you listen carefully to the words she said discourage. She didn't say ban. So she knows that Sadiq Khan can't ban these protests. Why? Because he attempted to ban protests last year, the Extinction Rebellion protests, and they were overturned in the Court of Appeal or the Supreme Court. I don't remember which court it was, but there was a court that overturned it, so that the actions of the police were illegal. So it was illegal to ban these protests. So Sadiq Khan can't ban them. If he bans them, then he's going to be up in court again, or the police, his police force will be up in court again. So it's very telling that Priti Patel is ignoring that and saying, well, if he doesn't get a grip, well, we're going to get a grip for him. We're going to stand in. We're going to step in and take control of the situation. And to say that he hasn't discouraged them, he has discouraged them. I'm not defending Sadiq Khan here, but he has asked people not to go. He's encouraged people to stay at home. He said you're increasing the risk of the spread of the virus if you go out and march on the streets. So you're being extremely dishonest by saying that he hasn't done anything. He has. He has come out and said for people to stay at home. But you see here how they're passing the buck. They understand that they don't want to get involved in this problem. So they're blaming Sadiq Khan. But Sadiq Khan, as we've seen, if he acts, there's a risk that he will be up in court. The Mayor of London will be in court again, or the police under his jurisdiction will be up in court. You know, if it was overturned, then it creates a precedent. So it means that anyone who is going out and protesting is protected in a sense, because there is a precedent that has proven that they can do that. Now the government has the power probably to enforce a rule against this, but they don't want to dirty their hands. They want to allow Sadiq Khan to get involved, to get into trouble, in order to damage him politically. This is all about damaging Sadiq Khan. Why? Because he's the Labour mayor.
Now that we as a government are putting more money into policing, does my right honourable friend agree with me that the Mayor should reconsider his decisions on London police stations?
Well, I thank my honourable friend for her comments, particularly about the very respectful way in which aspects of her own constituency have been policed, particularly over the weekend in terms of the commemorations around Grenfell that took place. When it comes to policing in London, obviously the Mayor of London acts as a Police and Crime Commissioner. I think it's disappointing that he has chosen not to invest in policing, support policing, back the police in the way in which this party has been doing so in government.
Really? Didn't you fire 20,000 police officers? Didn't the Conservatives lay off tens of thousands of police officers and then talking about, well, we're going to rehire them? How many have you rehired? How many new police officers are there on the streets? Boris Johnson was talking about hiring loads of police officers. He was talking about hiring lots of nurses as well. We haven't heard much about that.
The message really is very simple. Londoners have a great opportunity next year in particular to vote for a candidate, a Conservative candidate, who will put law and order at the heart of his agenda and back the police, particularly in London, 100%.
Is this actually allowed? Is it permitted that a sitting Secretary of State is promoting a candidate for mayoral office? Now, I don't know the rules. We need to get on to Jacob Rees-Mogg, perhaps. But is it actually permitted for a sitting minister or Secretary of State to promote a campaign outside Parliament? It sounds a bit sinister to me, but it seems to be what she's doing. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. But it seems to me this government doesn't give a crap about Parliament and doesn't give a crap about the actual rule of law, because they're willing to throw the Mayor of London under a bus to score some political points. Why not become a Patreon and enjoy access to our Discord server where we share news, chat and have some fun. If you become a patron, you can also make video suggestions on topics that are important to you. Check it out via the link in the description.